Hey, it's your boy Sid. It's your boy Dis. We in here together. Thoughts from your boy. Check us out.
Peace.
Welcome, ladies and gentlemen. I'm your host, Dysfunctional World.
I'm your boy Sid, aka Mr. Let's Talk.
So let's talk.
What we talking about?
If you're watching these videos, I didn't name neither one of them. I just called one scenario 1 and scenario 2.
Okay.
This video is scenario 2.
Okay. Let's go with scenario 2.
Guy and a girl that constantly break up.
Okay.
They're probably broke up at this moment.
Okay.
I'm in the story.
Right.
Broke up at the moment in the story.
They toxic, y'all.
He goes over. She says no. He says you're gonna give it to me because it's mine. Little tussle. He gets it. He leaves. She feels like he violated her.
Absolutely.
He feels like I was just out of it. I didn't know who I was. I didn't know what was going on. Not saying that's an excuse.
No, right. No excuse.
But then she turned around and I guess tries to rationalize it and say, you owe me money for it since you took it.
Okay, so she flipped it. Okay,
Okay, so then they're back again, off again, back again, off again.
After that. Okay.
She gives it to him voluntarily this time. Decides that she'd rather stay with him because he brings the money in.
Okay.
So she's looking at it from a beneficial standpoint.
Right.
She like, what other dude gonna give me money the way I need him to give me money? Because I guess a lot of dudes out here, they just want to and be gone.
Right.
They ain't really trying to invest or build. He's trying to build, but he's a toxic dude.
Right.
You can't build with toxic.
Right.
You probably can't even.
You can't. It don't work.
Settle or be content with toxic, because at some point toxic comes out and it's worse than what it's ever been.
That's right. Yep.
So, what are your thoughts on this scenario?
First and foremost, he needs his ass whooped. If she got any kind of brothers, cousins, friends, exes,
She told us not to do nothing to
a
him.
dude she could pay, it don't matter. He still need to be touched because, and when I say touched, I just mean beat up, y'all. That's it. You know what I'm talking about? And that's simply because of the violation.
It was told not to touch him because of repercussion that might fall back on her.
Right, okay.
And he's not worth it.
Right, facts. I get all that, right?
But then think about it. If someone did touch him and they get back together again like they've been doing, then that person looks like a fool.
Facts. Okay, but once again, this situation is bigger than Nino Brown.
Okay.
This situation is bigger than her.
Okay.
Even when she called the dogs off, right? One of the dogs need to steal.
Right.
Because he need to get his ass whooped on GP. On principle only. You don't do that. Period. You don't do that. And he need to understand that the wolves are out for people like that. So whether she call you off or not, yeah. Just on GP. Because why would you do that? And I understand, so it may not come from the dogs you know. Facts. Cool. No problem. But just know that he need, you know what I'm saying? Because of the nature. Who's to say that the next person he get with, or you see what I'm saying?
Right.
Because, that's just wrong. That's wrong. All day long. Now, if she accept him, that's cool. Accept them. I hope they have a great life together. He still need his ass whooped. And maybe she don't have to know nothing about it at all. Somebody in the hoodie or something, you know what I'm saying? Give him a couple over-under. And whisper something to him. There you go. You see what I'm saying? And that's street justice. You know what I'm saying? It's
but if you whisper something to him, then he still know it came from her.
Okay, cool. Don't whisper nothing to him. You know what I'm talking about? Just, it is what, okay.
I mean, because like I had to understood her viable point. He his words were, "Do you tell your friends our business?" And she's like, "Yeah." He was like, "Well, did you tell them that?" And she was like, "Yes, I did." And they wanted to do stuff to you. And so he was like, "You think that would have been cool? People out here bad off my name, talking bad about my reputation, and then somebody do something to me. You don't think my brothers and sisters know where I'm at?"
Okay. Well, still, my opinion is she forgave him. Okay, cool. No problem. But once you tell people something like that, it's hard to control how they react.
It is.
You see what I'm saying? Because they may say, "Sis, this ain't got nothing to do with you now."
True.
They may sleep on it a week or two. And just the fact of them knowing this type of character is in their general vicinity.
True.
It could be a city over. That's their general vicinity. You see what I'm saying?
Right.
So they like, nah. Some people, some dudes, and y'all know the ones we talking about, can't handle that type of information. They feel like even though she said don't do nothing, low key she want them to do something. This is how they think. You see what I'm saying? So, matter of fact, it was a special on how women tell men stuff and the hidden what anyway. But it just be like that. Just think if somebody came and told you something, and then you know what I'm saying, they leave and y'all talking. You sitting on it for a week and you thinking about it. And you like, you know what? Hey fam, look, this ain't got nothing to do with you, fam. Nothing. It won't be known that you know what I'm saying, or whatever. Just because the nature of what it is, like that's just so uncool. And it puts the person that they tell in a crazy position. A crazy position. Now you stuck because this person asked you, hey, I'm telling you this because I need to talk or get it off my chest or whatever.
But now you ever happen again?
See, but
there ain't gonna be no calling off the dogs.
See, but the thing is, right? If it ever happened again, that presents a whole new set of challenges. One, if it happens again, it's habitual. Two, if it happens again, you accepted it the first time, so now you can't expect people to have that same oomph.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Because they're like, well, listen, you only telling us now because you pissed off at them.
Right.
So that's how it comes across now. It's not crying wolf. It's not crying wolf. It's different. But now it's like you only saying this because you mad. Yeah. Or that's how it comes across. It could have genuinely just happened. But to the person you telling for the second time, now they like, okay, did it really just happen or are you just mad now and you want me to do something about it now? You see what I'm saying? Or did it really just happen now? Okay, it really did just happen now? Okay, cool. Let's go to the police so I can have some type of, you see what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. Because now that person that you just told is about to put their freedom in jeopardy. Not yours.
Yes.
And they can't claim duress. You can. If you went and did something, I was under duress, if you know what that is. But the person who you went and told, now that's premeditated. Yeah. You told them they got whatever and went and did whatever. You see what I'm saying? So that's how that happens when it becomes a second time. What is that person you telling supposed to do with that information? Nothing. Just sit on it. Except the fact that they friend is going through something like that. Traumatic. Knowing that they have the capability of doing something about it, whether it's tail, which most of us ain't built like that, or it's the other way, which most of us are built like that in that situation when it's that serious. Oh, you'd be surprised. The nerdiest dude with that kind of motivation becomes Rambo with that kind of motivation.
With some hands, though.
And I'm talking about Rambo, not even Rocky. Rambo.
Get a chopper and a Rambo.
Right. So, you know what I'm saying? That's how it becomes so much more intricate. You know what I'm saying? It's like it's twisted now because that person that you telling is holding on to crucial information. What do they do with this? Nothing. Write a book about it. Person A, person B, like what? So they don't do nothing with it. And God forbid that second time it happened is worse. God forbid. What that person supposed to do now? Now they supposed to be like, hey, I'm going. What if it's too late? What if it's permanent? What would your advice be? My advice would be get away from that person. Get away from that person. If you already accepted that person, okay, cool, accept them for who they are. You're gonna have to let go. of all the insecurity that you carry because you've accepted that person. You've accepted the apologies. You accepted the behavior after that, meaning the gifts, you know what I'm saying? The show of gratitude towards you saying, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I appreciate you for taking me back. And however long it's been, now it's time for you to let it go. That's the flip side of this. Now, once you take somebody back, you got to let it go. You can't carry that with yourself because it's going to weigh you down. It's going to stress you out. And it's not fair to them neither. After a certain amount of time. Like I said, the man been in the doghouse. He paid his debt. You took him back. It's time for you to let that load go and y'all move on with y'all life and build together. If that's the path y'all chose. That's the two sides to it.
I don't know, man. I didn't like the situation when I heard it.
I don't like, oh, man.
I didn't like the situation after we talked about it.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
I'm one of the ones that wanted to take action.
Mm-hmm.
I'm just that dude, I guess. I'm that guy for a lot of people.
Mm-hmm.
But
it's such a, that's
like
a tough one, bro. I'm telling you.
They asked me not to do that. They asked me to stand down.
Right, right. But how? I mean, bro, I've been in situations where, not naming no name, but we shut down places where my sister used to work at because she pushed that button. And people who know me will tell you I'm one of the coolest cats. You ain't thinking nothing like this coming from me. And I'm the first one to say that. But like I said, when you got certain motivations, you know what I'm saying? Like, it just is what it is when you have certain motivations behind you. And like I said, these are your people, your like for real people. You gotta go save them, especially when it's the females in the family. It ain't no, let me make this phone. No.
So like it was told to me that when men try to protect women, it goes one of three ways.
Mm-hmm.
It goes, bam, you protect her, this dude disappears.
Mm-hmm.
Bam, you go protect her, he don't do it no more when you're around.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
But as soon as you're not around, it's open game again.
Right. Right.
Or three, you do something to him, he gets his people to do something to her.
Mm-hmm.
Now it's the back and forth thing.
Right.
Until somebody gets killed. Then it's why y'all had to take it there. Why y'all had to go that far.
Well, in our situation, we had a fourth option.
Okay.
You put the fear of God into somebody. Period. That's it. And you don't, like I said, for us, it wasn't about nothing. It wasn't intimidation, tactics, none of that. It was just the truth. Period. It was just the truth. It wasn't no lies. It wasn't no nothing. Listen, bro, listen to me. You do this. You do A, B, and C happens. Like we always say, you do A, B, and C happens. Now, you can take that, whatever. But like I said, it has to be like that because when you have a dude who's preying on somebody weaker than him, purposefully, right? Just for the fact of pure intimidation. That's it. Nothing else. Okay, cool. As they say, let's see if you have that same energy when it's a man in your face or men in your face because she pushed that button. And now it's men in your face with the same blank that you may have. With the same blank that you may have.
True.
Now what kind of energy do you have? Because they not playing about their kinfolk. They not coming over here to talk to you, to hear your side. No. Real family gonna go get their folks out of trouble and talk to you later if you can talk.
True.
And this ain't tough guy talk. This is just real grown man talk. That's it. And grown women, because I know a lot of grown women that do the same thing about their kids. Ride hard. Hard than a...
Story time.
Story time. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. I know we be waiting on this.
I was in Michigan
Uh-huh.
maybe 15, 16 years ago.
Mm-hmm.
I'm in Saginaw, Michigan. Read the book, that's where I was born. So I was in my birthplace later on as an adult.
Mm-hmm.
And I got to the city.
Let's go.
And my people hit me up and they were like, hey, you should come by and see me. So I stopped by their house.
Mm-hmm.
I'm seeing them. I see they do. I'm tripping. I'm already in a tripped out mood. I got the red flag hanging from my back pocket.
Right.
I want
Right.
everybody to know I'm not from here. You don't play like that. So before you even step to me to say anything, just know this is not that culture over here. But I'm telling you, I'm from that culture.
Right.
I'm giving a big red sign. I'm from this culture. Leave me alone.
Right. Right. Right.
So I made the dude. Me and the dude talk. He said something to me. We had friendly conversation. He wanted me to sit down and play the game with him. I said, no, I can't. I gotta do some moves.
Mm-hmm.
The chick that I was dealing with had an ex-boyfriend that was his best friend.
Mm-hmm.
So the dude, her ex-boyfriend, the chick I'm dealing with, ex-boyfriend, he a little nutty, he a little crazy. So everybody say they ex is crazy until they meet crazy.
Right. Right.
So,
Good
this dude like to put his hands on her, and she like to fight back.
Mm-hmm.
So we at her friend's house. I guess he been calling her or trying to get in touch with her, see where she at, because I'm the new person in town, and ever since I've been there, she been with me.
Mm-hmm.
So he managed to come over her friend's house. I heard the car when it pulled up. I was just like, you ever been somewhere you just alert? Like she was asleep right here. She had her head on my lap with a pillow, and she was out. So I got my thing with me, and I'm sitting there, and the car pull up. So I hear the car pull up. I'm like, what the fuck? Somebody started bending the door. Boo, boo, boo. She hopped up, fearful, but prideful at the same time.
Okay.
So she opened the door. Buddy walked in there. Buddy walked in like he was finna do one of them.
To you?
No,
Oh, to her.
to her.
Oh.
So I just sat up, reached up under my shirt. He walked back outside. And my people's dude, he talking, they talking crazy. I'm like, look, stop playing in the doorway. You know what I'm saying? If they don't come in here, let them come in here. If they're not, shut the door. I'm that simple. I ain't got mad, I ain't upset yet, none of that. So I go to take her home, and she like, he like to hide in my house, because like I said, she ain't been there. He like to hide in my house, and he'll jump out and do something to me later on. So me and my brother, we walked through the house, right? We looked around all the corners, opened all the doors, and as I go back downstairs, there's a bush right next to the house. The wind ain't blowing, but the bush shaking. So my left brain was saying, light that motherfucker up. My right brain was saying, it ain't even worth it. If he was half body as she thought he was, I wouldn't even have to do this. We would have had our altercation. All right. So I call my people on the way out. I'm leaving. The boyfriend of my people, he in the background cussing. Where he come from anyway? How I know that's really your people? I said, your people? He said, yeah. I said, do I need to stop by? No. I said, because I can stop by. I can defend my own self. I can talk for myself.
Right.
If I need to do that. No, come on. It's just going to be a big mess. You come out here. I said, but it won't be. It won't be.
It won't be. It's gonna be okay.
It won't be no mess. All the mess will be squashed. I hit the dude in the mouth 3 good times, maybe. If it even take that much. But
he still standing.
the dude, he a bully to people who are afraid of him. But when people stand up, he wanted to take it out on my people. My people are like, no, don't. Because if you come by here, you're gonna make things worse.
See, that's like most brothers. Yep. Soon as folks be like, I ain't with that. You know what? I got a story time too. I gotta tell y'all about this one.
Let's get a good one.
I'm gonna get it on this one. I need the space on it.
All right.
And this one was funny, and this one happened today, y'all. Happened today. I'm in the gym. Had on the Boston Celtics. Y'all know that they had always normally have on, right? Today got a different one on, whatever. So I see this older guy in there. I always see him. Old head, cool, he in great shape. Black guy. I see him, you know how black men always point to each other, what up, that kind of stuff. I point to him like, all right. I didn't know he had already spoke to my brother. I didn't know that. You know what I'm saying? So they already spoke. So I'm like, what up? He was like, He's sitting on the machine, you know, the little curl thing. He's sitting on that. I'm like, what up? He was like, I'm like, what's up, man? He did it again. So I'm like, whoa. So I'm looking at him, you know what I'm saying? Look at his glove just to make sure I'm seeing what I'm seeing. So he get up off the machine. He was like, man, F you, man. I'm like, F me? He was like, yeah. I'm like, F you too then. He was like, no, F you. I'm like, what? I'm like, hey, man, shut up, F you. He looked at me. He see it in my eyes now. You know what I'm saying? Because I don't know what's going on. He just coming at me like this. My brother at this point took a step back because he was on my right. He took a step back because he see it in my eyes too. Like I said, I don't know what's going on. This man walking up on me talking about F you, F you. And all I did was say, hey. So he get up, not close enough where I could swing or nothing like that, but just he walking. He passed a couple machines. He's walking towards me. He was like, F that hat you got on, man. F them Celtics. I hate them. I can't stand them. I'm like, at this point, right, I'm standing there and y'all, if y'all would have seen the look, you know how you go from being mad to being annoyed? Like, really? Like, you gonna do that? And he had on the earbud thing, you know, the white ones everybody wear?
Yeah, the AirPods.
So he talking loud. So when he like F you, everybody hear it. So everybody turned and looking at me. Oh, nah, you too, you know what I'm saying? So I'm like, hey, it is what it's gonna be. And it was just weird. He didn't mean it like that, but I guess he forgot he got the ear things in, the gesture and what he's saying. Yeah, delivery, it looked wrong. It came across wrong to me.
Yeah.
So I replied in kind, F you too. He tried to say, I'm like, shut up, F you too. Because I'm thinking at this point, he real. He done said it like 6-7 times, no smile, no. Well, we're going to put an end to this real quick. And then he came over there and was talking about my hat. And I realized, okay, he joking, he playing. We dapped up and made peace and it was all good, no problem. We ended up talking like, you know what I'm saying, while still working out. But you can't do that, right? At least say what's up, we greet, you know what I'm saying? Then we can be like, hey man, F this team, F that team.
Right.
But don't just come straight off the rip with it because people don't know and people gonna respond in kind. And that's what happened. And my brother was standing like, bro, I thought you were gonna hit him. He was like, I'm glad he said something. I'm like, me too, bro. Me too. Because you just don't know what's going on. You just don't.
If y'all don't know, just for the underline, and for people that do not know, this guy is a violent dude.
Did y'all just hear his story?
This dude is a violent dude.
I am not violent.
Look,
y'all.
we took him out of town. This dude, he's a violent guy.
No, listen. So, like I said, right, I'm learning a lot about astrology, right, through him. Shout out to Ace 2, Rise the Ace and Nova podcast. Y'all check that out. I'm learning a lot about astrology. I'm a Virgo, no gray area. So I'm learning to expand my gray area, but I'm working. I ain't there yet, y'all. I'm working on it. So either it is or it ain't. Either you tripping or you not. You cool or you not. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's how it is. And sometimes when people cross that line, then well, you in the not category now. And I'm a firm believer in giving people the exact energy they give you. Except pettiness. I don't like pettiness. If you be petty to me, I'm just going to cut you out of my life forever. But other than that, I'm going to give you whatever. Funny, it's going to be funny. Serious, it's going to be serious. You know what I'm saying? Debatable, I'm going to debate you back. I ain't got no gray area. I'm working on it. They tell me all the time, I say, you got to. And especially when we out of town, you know, people tend to know, oh, they ain't from out of town. I mean, they not from here. Right. So they tend to try, no, not with me. Oh. Listen, yes, okay. Listen, y'all, that was different. Okay, look. Listen, y'all. I don't like people fucking with me or my friends. I just don't like that. I don't like people fucking with me and my friends. It bothers me. I gotta say something. If we all out, you know what I'm saying? First, if I consider you a friend, consider yourself special, because I don't consider a lot of people friends. I just don't. I've learned that lesson. But if we out and we friends, right? And we waiting for food or something like that, and we in line, and let's say we're gonna put it like this. A non-black person come up, you ain't gonna take that person before you take us. And I'm just gonna tell you that I ain't gonna tell you the story, but just know that Said would be the one to say something. And let me say this. Oh, because bro not here. I ain't the only one. Bro don't play neither. Bro don't play. I don't know if he wanted to shout him out like that, so I ain't gonna say nothing, but bro was ready too. Oh, bro was ready. You know what I'm talking about. He was sitting there looking at him, grilling him. Cause he would have said one more thing, bro was finna pop on him so quick. So y'all talk about me? Yes, I did say something. I did. I was the first one to say something, but it ain't always about the one who say something. It's the one who don't. Whoo!
Oh,
Listen, you know what I'm talking about?
it had,
Remember was he not sitting right there just looking at him? And he finna tell him, shut up, you know? It's the one that's not talking. All right, but okay, basically, long story short, just leave us alone when we go out of town. Leave us alone. We don't bother nobody. We go to do our podcast. We go to meet people, network. You know what I'm saying? We not there to try to take your girl. We ain't there to do none of that crazy stuff. Just don't bring it our way. We not looking for that. We not addressing that. We there to do business. Business. That's it. That's it. You know what I'm saying? But just don't do nothing stupid because we men just like anybody else. From your city or not from your city. Because if you came to our city, you ain't gonna let nobody disrespect you.
True.
You know what I'm saying? So it's not now. Don't come here being stupid now.
Don't come out of Alabama being stupid.
Especially now.
I mean, if the small cities don't get you, then the big ones will.
Yes, and I understand your city might be like that too. So that means you know how to move when you go out of town.
Everybody's city got killers.
All of them.
They just move a little different in different area codes.
That's it. So when you go out of town, you know how to act. You may not know that particular neighborhood, but you know how to act amongst certain type of people. It's in us. It's here what it is. You know when you see them boys, I ain't going down there. You know that, whether you from a certain city or not.
Unless you just on one of them death wish trips.
Right.
You think you can just ball none everybody.
Right, and it don't work like that. I don't even know how we got here, but we here. You know what I'm talking about? How we get on this topic?
Story time.
Story time, that's right. I was telling my story time because old head got at me, man. Well, I thought he was, my bad, and he wasn't. But I didn't know that because he didn't say that until after I snapped back.
But I guess it's true what they say. Like minds all stick together. Because, you know, the guy on the other podcast, no, I'm just playing. Ace on the other podcast, he's a professional fighter.
Right. And not to even mention him, which I wasn't even talking about. I was talking.
This is a semi-professional
bodybuilder, you know what I'm saying?
My brother just...
Who? That's what we were talking. The quiet one.
He a psycho in his own right.
I'm telling you.
And I'm just the psycho that open up and tell you about it.
Right. So
I don't know. You gotta pick your poison.
Which way you going?
Yeah, right.
You want a professional fighter? Well, ex because he don't do it anymore. But I'm just saying he still practice. So
still trained,
you got that. You got the amateur bodybuilder, weightlifter.
You got a former Marine.
You got a former Marine, which they say there's no such thing as former with Marines. They always Marines. So. Yeah. You know what I'm talking about? Then you got the quiet one.
Pick your poison.
Right. Leave us alone, y'all, as y'all see. We like to come to y'all and talk, you know what I'm saying, create dialogue and have fun, laugh with you, you know what I'm saying, make you upset a little bit, but think about what we saying. We don't want no violence. We don't want none of that.
Right, with that being said, I'm your host. This Dysfunctional's World.
I'm your boy Said, a.k.a. Mr. Let's Talk, and I'm out of time. Till the next time.
Screaming, let's talk. Peace.
Peace.